I mean, I watched Rooster Teeth too, and they were making like 20 videos a week or some crazy shit. That is nothing I could ever see myself doing, even in a production, company.
Not even if you hired like 5 editors and you just had
only
like
5. That's 4 videos a day. No, that's 4 videos a week for each editor. I would never. But maybe. But
do you think Rooster Teeth just outgrew itself? Like it grew faster than its own good?
No, I think they sold out. It's that's the trend I always see. It's like you could, because I'm a huge fan. So like when we went to RTX Zach, it was like that was peak. That was probably peak Rooster Teeth. They were making narrative content. What everyone wanted. They made Red versus Blue. They were making animated shows. They were making live action shows. They were making a lot of stuff. Then like the next year, I went with Just Ty. All that was gone. They didn't have any premieres of their live action shows. Almost half of their animated shows had been canceled at that point. It's just, and that's about when the full screen stuff happened. I just either they.
Why would full screen invest that much money though to have a brand just die?
I think wasn't full screen
also had a business. So
wasn't the full screen acquisition? Wasn't that right after Monty Ohm died?
Bought by Disney too?
AT&T, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're either Disney or Warner or I think AT&T. It's AT&T actually. So it's Warner. It's AT&T owns Rooster Teeth basically. I'm pretty sure because full screen I don't think exists anymore. They were actually. I'm pretty sure I remember probably about 2 years ago they were trying to sell Rooster Teeth, but I don't think anybody bought it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I watched so much Rooster Teeth in my heyday. Like I know I've told Zach this. I also went to RTX 2016 just as a coincidence.
He was there, and we just didn't.
Yeah,
I think I knew about you at the thing.
We knew about each other, and I think we talked about meeting
into
up
my DMs back then. Yeah, and I just didn't know you that well.
Yeah, it would have been weird if we. Yeah, 100%. But I think the thing about Rooster Teeth is the thing that I never want to happen. So Zach, if you ever decide you don't want to do this anymore, and if I ever decide that I don't want to do this anymore,
done.
I hope we just cut it off. Because the thing about it is they kept bringing new people in, and some people would drop off, and then like when Bernie left is when I pretty much stopped watching entirely because that was who I would watch for.
I think the opposite would be even funnier and more like in line with like my style of comedy, to where like we just don't even announce it. We get sick of this shit. Imagine that thing actually has some following, right? That's like 5 years down the line. We both are at like creative disagreements. We're not enjoying it. One of us is on the bigger, better things, yada, yada, yada. I just say we hire 2 like Asian dudes to just like take our spots and just pretend to be us, like, and then they just take over the channel. No, definitely. Not even. They're just 2 new people run it forever. We never explain it. Sure. We never once like announce it or anything. They're just the new people forever.
Right. Well, the thing about it is, no. First of all, it would be funny one episode and nobody would watch an episode 2 that we're going. But the thing about it is like RT, they dropped off because they kept old people gone, new people there. Nobody likes change in a content creation space. That's why the Game Grumps situation is so rare. For a person to leave Game Grumps, that's something that's so highly regarded, and someone to join up and then it does better. That's an insanely rare thing to happen. Yeah. Zach, don't replace me, please. I know there's someone better out there, please. But
I've outsourced Ben.
Yeah. But now, I mean, I don't know if you've Isaiah. I don't know if you've watched any of their more recent stuff, or Zach. I don't know if you watched any more of their specific RT.
I particularly fell off hard. Isaiah, I imagine you would watch more than me.
Game Grumps or Rooster Teeth?
Rooster Teeth. I've never really watched Game Grumps.
The second, well, first of all, I completely agree. And Game Grumps is a great example. And I wonder, and I would say probably a big part of that was I think Danny already had a following. Mm-hmm. So he was, and they were basically always collaborating on his channel. So I think people deep down already wanted that. So that's probably a big part. I don't know much about Game Grumps, so I might be wrong. But like I assume Danny had already started doing his music videos. So that's probably a big part. Because I would say that's a big part of why Rooster Teeth failed. And that's like a con of YouTube is just if you're doing a production company like that, because you need to keep making content, but people don't stay at the same jobs for.
It's a very personality driven
YouTube. Yeah.